Hey guys, this is North back again with another video. Today's video, I'm going to give you a comparison between a Alexandria fragrance clone and its original. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I had heard about Alexandria fragrances, their clones for a while, also Dua fragrances. They seem to be the most popular brands that do very popular clones of fragrances. So I decided to, for the sake of science, go ahead and order a couple of them, one from Alexandria, one from Dua. Today I'll be talking about the Alexandria fragrance, and that one today is going to be CHYPRE. This bottle right here, this is a 30 ml bottle. It's an extrait de Parfums, and it comes in various different sizes. I believe it comes in 30 ml, 55 ml. I don't know if they still make the 55 ml. It was sold out. 60 ml, and I believe 100 ml. So it comes in various sizes. I decided to get the 30 ml because that's all I pretty much need. And this is a clone of CHYPRE Palatin from MDCI Parfums. This is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. So this is the presentation. I didn't get the bust, of course. The bust is like an extra $100. So I wanted to, since I wanted to dive into both of these clone houses, I did want to get clones of fragrances that I already own so that I'd have a point of reference. I just didn't want to go, down some rabbit hole with something I didn't have a point of reference to. So I picked up CHYPRE. So let's talk about it for a little bit. So this 30 ml bottle I got in the United States. I ordered it in the United States. It was released in 2020. This 30 ml is $42.99. I got a 15% discount, so it ended up being $36.55. I had to pay $10 for shipping, and so it ended up being $47 shipped. So that's how much this one costs. CHYPRE Palatin was released in 2012. This particular presentation cost $275. Now, when I look at the note breakdown on both of them, I believe they contain all of the same notes, except CHYPRE Palatin lists aldehydes and CHYPRE does not list aldehydes. Now, before I get into the scent, I just really wanted to talk about this because this is my first time ordering from these clone houses. I never really tried too many clones before. I did buy like the whole line of the Aventus clone. It's called, but I'll probably put it on the screen because I can't think of it at the current moment. But anyways, that was like the only house that I really tried, and I got all of those Creed Aventus clones, all of them. So that's not the video today, so it doesn't really matter if I remember. So I ordered from Alexandria Fragrances. I got it in. When I finally received it, I was very surprised to get at least a couple samples in the mail. And this one, real quick, this is Fiume Viola, and this is inspired by Creed Aqua Florentia. So this seems like a female fragrance. The other one is Back in Love, and this one is inspired by Creed Love in Black. So I was surprised to actually get two samples with the purchase, so that was cool. It comes in this little pouch right here. So just so if anybody hasn't ever ordered from Alexandria Fragrances, you'll know how they come. So back to the fragrances. Both of them list the same notes, except CHYPRE Palatin lists aldehydes while CHYPRE does not. Now, what do I get from it? So off the bat, on the opening of CHYPRE, you get this blast. It smells almost exactly like CHYPRE Palatin. I was very impressed by the opening. And so what CHYPRE Palatin is a fruity CHYPRE. So it has the Oakmoss, it has the Labdanum, it has the citruses, but it also has the resins in it. It has rose, it has Plum, and then the resins are Tolu, Balsam, Styrax, and Benzoin. It also has a little bit of vanilla in it. So the dry down on it is a little bit more resinous than you would find in some other like fruity CHYPREs. But again, this is just a scent that I love, so I didn't mind trying to pick up a clone of it if it was going to be successful. So I get all of that from it. To me, you know, I won't make this video too long. To me, when I compared the two, I would say that La CHYPRE is about 95 to 98% exact to it, because it you know, even to me, when I changed shirts, I couldn't remember which one, whether I sprayed the original up here or whether I sprayed it down on my wrist. So I would say it's 95 to 98% close. If I could say anything that's different between the two, I would say La CHYPRE is maybe a tad bit sweeter, but they're almost identical. They really did their thing with this fragrance. I'm glad that I hadn't gotten too much into buying from these clone houses. Now that I pretty much have my collection and I'm filtering things out, trying to get rid of some bottles, I'm glad that I have gotten these after going down all these different little rabbit holes of buying other fragrances. Because had I stumbled across these at the beginning of my journey, I'd probably have a bunch of them. So there's nothing wrong with buying clones. Only thing for me is that if I'm going to buy a clone, it'd probably be a clone of like a very expensive fragrance, but I would want to smell it first. Like, there's so many fragrances that they do clone that you may not have access to, but you really want to smell, and maybe they cost $1,000, and the clone is like 60 bucks. So it's like, what are you gonna do? So I would just try to see if I can smell it somewhere. But that's pretty much it. The comparison between Alexandria Fragrances La CHYPRE and MDCI Parfums CHYPRE Palatin, like I said, they're like 95-98% close. If you smelled either of these, you would know that they, at least to my nose, they smell almost exactly alike. I really can't tell them apart, to be honest. This was definitely a safe blind buy in a sense, but since I have a reference point, it definitely was not money wasted. I did want to, there's another bottle of the CHYPRE Palatin, which is like a little bit more, I believe it's a 100 ml bottle. This is a 75 ml bottle. I definitely won't be getting that now that I have this as a backup. So there you go. One other thing I wanted to mention, because I'll be recording my video for the duo fragrance that I have, is that I was reading in the comments and someone mentioned, hey, there's something with these clone houses, meaning that, when you look online and you look at the reviews, they're only positive reviews, like they're removing negative reviews. I don't have a negative review about this. I bought all of this with my own money. I even paid extra shipping to have it shipped internationally, and I'm completely happy with it. Now, that doesn't mean that I would just go and purchase 6 more from them, because from other reviewers that I've seen, whether it be this house or the other house, is that some are excellent and some aren't as much. So I really wouldn't kind of want to take that gamble on it. But back to my point, the guy in the comment was saying, why don't you ever see clone houses on people's top 10 list? And that intrigued me, so I don't know. These are like the only 2 clones that I own at the moment. I got rid of all the other ones. So, if you have a opinion as to why, when you see fragrance reviewers, why they don't list clone houses in their top 10s, list it below. I'd like to start a dialogue about that. I just thought it was very interesting. So that's pretty much it. Again, my comparison between Alexandria La CHYPRE and CHYPRE Palatin from MDCI Parfums. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you shortly on the next one, guys. Peace.